Hello, everyone. Welcome to Third Win Thursdays #1. I'm your host, Scott Hibbard. It's March 23rd, 2023, and I'm joined by Eric Dorsey and John Balkam, my co-hosts. How are we feeling today?
Feeling great, Scott. Feeling great. It's a start of something new, something special. It's also 3/23/23. So and it's called Third One Thursdays. So I'm feeling real good.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Three threes in the first day to start this off, and we've been looking forward to chatting and sharing some thoughts together. Let's get into it,
Let's,
guys.
let's just say the stars have aligned.
I agree. Well, let's get into it. Before we get to know each of you some more in the rapid fire segment we have coming up, I have a pair of questions that I want each of you to answer. And we'll go ahead and start with you, John. And that's, what is Third Win Group?
Well, in one sentence, it's like my life, my life for the last 3.5, 4 years. But to give you a more detailed description, TWG Third Wind Group is an independent agency, and we serve mission-driven talent. We're based in DC and Baltimore, and we're dedicated to being one of the most impactful agencies in sports entertainment. And this show is going to be one of the main avenues for us to tell you about how we're going to get there, what the journey's been like, and everything else. So TWG is an agency that I feel like there's never been one made like it in the past, and we're going to build something unique and special and different.
And then I'll let you continue, John. Why are we here? Why Third Win Thursdays?
Because I told you guys we should start a show on LinkedIn. No, I think we're here because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, in the business world, politically, financially, et cetera, et cetera. I felt like it's time for us to put ourselves back out there, right? To share our point of view, to share our perspective. I feel like we as a company, we as individuals have a lot to contribute. So I was like, hey, guys, let's start a show. Let's get back out into the contact game. Let's start throwing our opinions around and see what sticks.
Awesome. Now back to you, Eric. What is Third Win Group in your own words? And don't steal from John this time.
I won't steal anything from John, but at Third Wing Group, we are simply an agency that helps good people do awesome things. And your next question, why we're here? We're here to share our stories, share the stories of our clients, share things we've learned, and really just open up the world to what we're doing at Third Wing Group and what it's like to be a part of this community. Like John said, over the past 3 years, he's been growing. I joined back in late 2020, early 2021. And just to see where we've gone, where we've come from, what we've learned, mistakes we've made. Like John said, it was time to start to share these things with the world. So here we are.
Awesome. Well, that was a great first start, but now we go into your personal lives a little bit with our rapid fire segment. So
Juicy stuff. Let's go.
I've got 20 questions for you. I want you to answer as quickly as possible. No ums throughout the whole segment, if that's possible. And then just first thing that comes to mind, make sure and run through it as quickly as possible. And we'll start with you, Eric, this time. So let's get started. What is your role with TWG?
I will not say but a lot of different things. Partnerships. I'll put CFO, CMO, and co-COO with Mr. John Balkam here. I think that might cover most of my roles.
Your three main duties.
Sticking with me. Three main duties: managing client expectations and client portfolios, identifying client opportunities and people and organizations who want to work with our clients, and making sure that we're building awareness by doing things like LinkedIn Live, Third Win Thursdays.
Awesome. What is most likely to distract you during your workday?
My dogs, who at any moment could start barking and going crazy, and my cat, who often sits behind my computer, whether I'm working in the kitchen or the basement, and he'd like to follow me to a remote office if he could.
If you were strong-armed into choosing a different profession, what would that be?
Well, my undergraduate degree was in accounting. I would not go and choose another career in accounting, but I'd probably My dream job, if it wasn't TWG, would probably be to run events at like Camden Yards and M&T Bank Stadium. I'm Mr. Baltimore.
There you go. Now, a little more on your personal background. Where were you born?
Baltimore, Maryland. And don't
Where do you
forget it.
live now?
Big Baltimore guy, in case you hadn't noticed.
Baltimore, Maryland. By way of many different moves, I don't think I've ever lived in a place for longer than 2 years. So happy to have experienced all of Baltimore.
Which, if you don't know, also TWG is the DMV's bread and butter. So,
Yeah.
big reason, Eric, Dorsey, and John. All right. What is your favorite food?
Sound really Baltimore here. I don't want to say crabs, but I'll say a chicken Chesapeake.
Nice. Never
Nice.
tried it. Summer or winter?
Summer, because the dogs want to go out more. I'm a big soccer guy. A lot of soccer being played in the summer, even though a good old winter league, there's nothing better than playing soccer in 32 degrees, but I'll go with summer.
Savory or sweet?
Sweet. I eat way too much chocolate.
Night owl or early bird?
I don't get enough sleep, so I'm a little bit of both. That's a problem, but I'll probably say a night owl.
Awesome. Now, a little more generally personal. Where did you go on your last vacation?
I took my brother-in-law for his high school graduation to Minnesota. We went to go see an Orioles Twins game. We went to go hiking up there. Got to go see some cool things up in a place that neither one of us have ever been. And I'll even give before that, I went to Montana and went snowmobiling in Yellowstone. So that one was pretty cool too.
And that sounds like something I gotta do. Favorite sports season?
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm a soccer fan, so that's year round. I'm a F1 fan. That's almost also year round. I'm a diehard O's believer, 2025 World Series champions. So honestly, I feel bad for my wife, but every season is my favorite sports season.
What notification is most likely to be on your phone if you were to open it up right now?
Probably some
Hey, I'll do one better. Go ahead and check.
Yeah. Well, right now I got some LinkedIn things going on, but below that, we got a DraftKings promo code. They want me to bet on some Sweet 16 games tonight, but yeah, and some Amazon deliveries. So it probably between DraftKings and LinkedIn and Twitter for all my notifications of what's happening in the world.
That's a very revealing question, Scott. I don't know
Yes,
if I'll answer that one.
You might want to clear your notifications.
I'm on Do Not Disturb, all right?
There you go.
Good man.
All right, one subject you want to learn about.
I'm a big history nerd. I love history, and anytime I can dive into something that's happening now, I always like to see, like, has this happened in the past? Even if it's hundreds of years ago, how did something like this happen? How did people react? I love history.
Awesome. Who is your hero?
Lionel Messi. I'm an Argentine, and I just saw him tonight. They're actually playing in Argentina for the first time, and what I would give to be in that stadium to watch him lift that World Cup trophy tonight.
All right, last two, we're going under 20, but we want to get John on
Let's
this.
get it. Let's
Don't want
get
to
it.
keep you in the hot seat too long. What is something you think is over sensationalized at the moment?
All right, so my wife's a teacher and my mom's also a teacher. I've seen a lot of education, and I think the way that kids have kind of developed over the last few years, it's been tough on everybody. But I think that it gets a little over sensationalized, the idea of that these kids, it's the teacher's fault that they are having learning loss and how far behind these kids are. And I've seen it, the kids I coach in soccer and things, but I think there's strategies and solutions that we can think of instead of looking to the past and placing blame on people.
Awesome. Last one.
All right.
What motivates you every day?
Every day. Last Halloween, I am very blessed to have had my first daughter, Mia Dorsey. And so she motivates me every day. And nothing is better than when I get to wake her up, see her smile out of her crib, drop her off at daycare, and get to work so that we can do some cool things when she gets older and starts crawling and everything in between.
All right, John.
I can't follow that. Let's just end the show right here.
Nope. You got to do
All right,
it.
all right. Lay it on me. Lay it on me.
All right. What's your role with TWG?
I am the founder and managing partner.
3 main duties.
Dream, build, and sell.
Very nice. What's most likely to distract you during your workday?
Nothing. I'm dialed in. Let's go.
Okay. Damn. If you had to choose a different profession, what would it be?
Ooh, I would probably be like a coach / teacher back in my high school back in Gonzaga.
Very
MLB
nice.
scout is also what he would
Oh,
be.
yeah. You know what? That's a good one too. I could have seen myself being an MLB scout.
There you go. Personal background. Where were you born?
Bethesda, Maryland.
Where do you live now?
As evidenced by my cherry blossom pillows on my couch right here, Washington, D.C.
Very nice. Favorite food?
Steak. Give me a nice medium rare steak.
Summer or winter?
Summer all day. If I could just skip winter, I would. In fact, I might just start, wintering in like LA or Miami or something. I don't know if I can do another DC winter.
Fair enough. I think I would agree with that. I've lived a perpetual winter the past year, and some tropical life sounds.
You need to
very
get some
nice
sun,
right now.
Scott. You and me both.
Exactly. All right. Savory or sweet?
I'm gonna go savory 80% of the time, sweet 20% of the time. But when I go sweet, I go all in.
Night owl or early bird?
Early bird. I go to bed at like 9:30.
All right. Where was your last vacation? If you've taken
I don't
one?
really go. I
Has anything-
honestly don't really go on vacation, at least not since I started this company. But last time I went, I took a week off and went up to upstate New York, where my mom is from, up in the Catskill Mountains. Went swimming, played golf, had a grand old time.
Favorite sports season?
I mean, baseball season. You kidding me? Also, my alternative answer is like from March Madness until like the first week of the NFL. Like, so that's like a good
Wow, that's
7 months.
unique.
Yeah.
All right. One subject you want to learn more about?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm constantly reading. I want to learn a bit more about. I'll just say finance. Like, I'm not the numbers guy. Clearly, Eric is the numbers guy on this team, but I want to be better at the numbers.
You asked the right questions.
Awesome. Who is your hero?
You know what? I'm going to steal Matthew McConaughey's answer. My childhood hero was Cal Ripken Jr., all right, the Iron Man. As a kid growing up in the DMV, like, he was the man. But McConaughey's answer is, my hero is me 10 years from now.
Awesome. Most notification most likely to be on your phone?
Spotify is trying to sell me a new concert that it wants me to go to.
Okay, fair enough. What is something you think is over sensationalized?
I'm going to say everything currently, but I'd also say politics, because politics is essentially a reality TV show, 24/7, 365.
And then what motivates you to do what you do every day?
I would just say everybody who believed in me from the very beginning, and there are many of those folks out there. So I appreciate you, and we're gonna make you all proud.
And there we go.
Amen.
All right, now we're gonna go into our headline segment. So I'm gonna show you 3 different headlines, and you each get 1 minute to talk about them. First thing that comes to your head.
Let's do it.
You got to channel inner Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon. Eric, this is
exactly
little PTI action.
Just got to think PTI here.
All right, y'all ready?
Let's go.
All
right.
Soccer related.
Signs 15-year-old forward amid NWSL youth wave. Eric, you're the soccer guy, so you go first.
Yes, I believe her name is Melanie, and the NWSL now is allowing like younger kids to be signed. Washington Spirit actually just signed Chloe Ricketts, I think is her name. She's also 15. So pretty awesome. I think it's cool that the opportunities are here. Obviously, like any professional player, these young girls need to make sure that they have a strong team around them. It might be family. It might be, it sounds like a TWG plug, but they need a strong team around them, but they don't necessarily need an agent or anything like that. They don't want to get taken advantage of. It made me think, I had to look back, being Baltimore, DC, Freddie Adu was actually 14 years old when he was signed by DC United. So that's even like so crazy to think about. But everything with, seeing this, I think it's a positive step forward. When you look at Europe, there's a lot of young kids who go from, youth teams that are nearby, and her youth club, the San Diego Wave, or San Diego Surf. I'm really sad to say they whooped my butt when I was in youth soccer. And I played in the tournament against them, one that still have nightmares about that. So she's clearly coming from a good program, and it'll be interesting to see, keeping an eye on her the next couple of years, see if the women's national team picks her up. But hey, it's a start.
I mean, I'm gonna take this from the business side, which is like the NWSL. It's like a growth stock right now, and I feel like there's gonna be a massive wave of youth talent coming into women's soccer, and I think like what I would say is like the more that we grow revenues for the NWSL, the more that young players are going to be incentivized to bust their ass and try and make it to the league, right? So It's super early for the NWSL, but them investing in the young talent like this suggests to me that they're ready to take off in the next 3 to 5 years. So buy your stock in the NWSL now while you still can get it cheap.
Amen. All right, Mr. Hibbard.
What do you got for us next?
All right. Baseball, kick us off.
World Baseball Classic final score results. Oh, I'm not actually going to read this headline. So, did you watch the World Baseball Classic the other night, Eric, the final?
I saw the last at bat, and you couldn't tell me that the writers are getting lazy. 3-2 count, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Shohei against Mike Trout. Like, come on, it was video game stuff.
It was the perfect ending to a phenomenal tournament. I'll be honest with you. I don't think this tournament could have gone any better for baseball at a very critical time for baseball, because all the headlines are that like, oh, baseball's too boring, getting surpassed by other sports. But this tournament was phenomenal. And you had the star players really emotionally invested, competing their asses off. I loved watching the tournament. I mean, obviously with a lot going on, I'm not sitting in front of the TV for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, but baseball, I feel like needs that. They need to lean into that world game status. And I think the WBC, even though it's super young, right? They've only won 5 tournaments. Like I'm now like, this is going to be a sick tournament for a long time. And that they're going to just keep ramping up the investment. After a great success this year, you hear Mike Trout talking about like, I want to get everybody all in for the USA in 2026. You hear Shohei Ohtani said, this is the greatest moment of my life. He's like,
yep. Did you see his pregame speech?
Dude.
His pregame speech was like, don't admire them anymore tonight. We're going to be winners. We're going to go take them on. I was like, that's some inspirational stuff there.
You don't get that in the middle of the regular season with Major League Baseball. No. In the middle of August, it's like, oh my God, there's another game on tonight. But the WBC ramped up the drama, ramped up the emotion. And look, I'm a lifelong baseball fan. I know there's people out there who are like, oh, baseball's boring. But like, this was baseball at its most dramatic. I'm a big fan. I'm buying stock in WBC as well for next time.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Fox is on a roll with the World Cup in November, and now they had this. I think they broke viewer numbers. I don't know what like the global numbers were, but I'm sure it was impressive for the World Baseball Classic and getting everyone excited right before the start of the season. Couldn't have been better timing, and it'll be interesting to see. I did. It just kind of made me think about the Adam Jones catch on Manny Machado a few years back. That's still legendary in my mind.
Legendary. One last thing though, I think they might want to think about the timing because they did overlap with March Madness, and how obsessed the United States, like American fans are with the WBC. So maybe you put it like you push back opening day, and like put the WBC right after the Final Four, or maybe you put it instead of an All-Star game one year. Just throwing out some ideas, baseball. You guys can take this. This is free consultation. But
Rob, come and listen.
Yeah, but no, great job, WBC folks. We're looking forward to opening day in like 8 days now.
Yes, sir. All right, let's roll into this last one. What you got for us, Scott? Ooh, yeah, this one's about kind of like local and regional sports networking and networks, and kind of like how their Monumental is going to be buying. What is it? They're investing like 20 million or something like that. Go ahead.
So here's a little context. I know this pretty well. So Monumental plans to use new RSN to drive toward overall revenue goals. So this is right in our backyard. Monumental Sports Entertainment. They own the Washington Wizards, the Capitals, the Mystics. They own Capital One Arena. They own the Entertainment and Sports Arena in Southeast. They purchased NBC Sports Washington as well this year from, NBC Universal. And so what they're really trying to do, you've even heard the Leonsis family kind of been interested in possibly buying the Nationals to basically be like almost a monopoly in sports here in the DC area. So what I think they want to do is control all of their IP across the board, including the broadcast. And they want to deliver like a new age.
A lot.
Yeah, they want to deliver a streaming service that is to the needs of all DC sports fans. It'll be a must subscribe for all DC sports fans. I like what they're doing here because you could probably charge DC, like the hardcore DC sports fans will pay $15-20 a month for this. I would venture to say. So right. I see what
John. I got the name. I got the rebrand name for it. Ready?
All right, here we go.
Free advertising here. There's District Sports, and then the paid version, of course, District Sports Plus.
Whoa.
Boom. Ted, give me a call, but you can keep it.
we need to pitch them on this and charge them $10 million for the new name, because you can't get this kind of marketing expertise anywhere. All right.
Exactly.
Nowhere.
Amen.
But any reaction to the headline though, Eric?
I mean, to me, this space is getting so crowded. Like Apple is owning the MLS now, so DC United is going to have some fighting between what can NBC Sports or what can District Sports really post and what can they share. And of course, it'd be interesting if they get the Nationals, but you're seeing so many different things in streaming services like ESPN Plus, Fox Sports, and all of these different things. It's such a crowded space
too much
that if they can like block out the district and provide everybody in DC what they want on the sports side, like they'll have success, but they really need to make sure that they make it as accessible as possible.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Eric, we've gone through the streaming era now, and there are now too many streaming services. There's this thing in business where it's you either are unbundling or you're bundling, right? The bundle was the cable package, and that's worked for a long time. Then Netflix decided, hey, we're going to unbundle, right? And we're going to give you high quality entertainment with no ads for a monthly fee. But that started a chain reaction of everybody else deciding they needed to unbundle from cable as well. So it's like, all right, well, let's kill cable. But now we have so many streaming services that the only thing that makes sense is to bundle all of them back together into one package that you pay one fee, right? Like this is the ultimate end game for streaming, right? Like ultimately, you're gonna have one package where it's like, all right, you can customize it, but it's like, all right, I got my Netflix, HBO, my Monumental Sports Plus, and my, I don't know. And we could probably use like something like a cable company. I don't know, maybe,
to bundle it all up.
Actually, it's going to be Amazon and Apple and Google.
More
likely than not, we'll sell these bundles, and they'll cut deals with all the different streamers, because it's like it's getting out of control. I don't even know how many accounts I'm paying for on streaming now, but kudos to Monumental for getting to the streaming game. Hope you guys turn a profit, because nobody else seems to be able to turn a profit in the streaming game. Anyway, I think that's it. Scott, let's bring you back.
Three headlines.
Yep. Awesome. That was all for the headlines, and that's all we really have today. But I wanted to give you a chance to say any final thoughts.
Caught us
about today.
Caught us on the final thoughts. I mean,
I had a great time. I had a great time, guys. I want to come back and do this next Thursday. How about you guys?
And the next one. And the
Oh,
next
yeah.
one.
Hey,
And the
I'll be
next
here.
one. And the next one. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're listening on LinkedIn, thank you for listening. I see Nick Genovese. Holler at Nick, good friend of the program. What's up, David Dworkin? Another friend of the program. But we want to hear your engagement. We want to see your engagement in the comments on LinkedIn. We're going to also publish this recording on all the various podcasting platforms. And yeah, let's hear your feedback. Like, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do this for as long as it takes to, get a deal with one of the streamers, and then we'll be golden.
Spotify, hit us up. And I'll just put a teaser for next week. We're putting Scott on the hot seat. He's going to answer some rapid fire questions.
All right.
I want to know about you, Scott. We don't
exactly.
You're a man of mystery, so we need to get that. Yes, perfect. Good idea.
All right, sounds good.
Love it.
But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff coming. A lot of different segments. So please feel free to join in, and we'd love to hear from you as well if you've got any thoughts or ideas. And we appreciate you tuning in today. And we will see you next Thursday. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, John.
Third one Thursdays. Let's go.
Yep, third one Thursdays.
In the book.
It's been a pleasure.
Peace,
Take care.
Peace.